I'd like to welcome to Head Kick Audio, Zach the Hammer. The Hammer. I love that shit. The Hammer Stewart. How you doing, my man?
I'm good, man. Ready to fight. It's fight week now. Been doing tons of training. First fight in a year. So it's gonna be a fun one to go out there and showcase, all the skills, all the hard work, and put it to them.
Okay, you're taking on Luigi Bisconti at 45 at RUF 39 at the Glendale Civic Center in Glendale, Arizona. The first live fights back in Arizona, and it's going to be hosted by RUF MMA. I'm pretty stoked about that myself. I get to commentate again. Pretty stoked to be back to work in that aspect, and I get to see all you killers get to work. So this whole COVID thing, it kind of fucked us all pretty good to where we weren't able to compete, as some of us weren't able to, keep our doors open at the gyms. So how did the last year, how did that work out for you?
So I think that COVID for me was actually my biggest blessing. I was coming off of a loss, my only loss, and basically right after that COVID happened, and it gave me the opportunity to change my gym, really increase my training. Definitely got a lot stronger. I never stopped training. That I know that happened for some people. That didn't happen for me. I took a few months, went over to Fight Ready. That was a big gym where sparring was like everything. I mean, every day we were in that octagon, and it really opened me up to a new level of training. A new level of myself. Just really going in there, grinding, getting past that, that flinching from getting punched, just accepting it. And then I moved to what became the most successful decision I've ever made, to go train with Tim Welch and Sean O'Malley over at Tim Welch, BJJ and MMA, and took my jiu-jitsu to a whole nother level. Basically, since then, I've been competing on the mats, undefeated in jiu-jitsu. As a white belt, went to a tournament, tapped out a few purple belts, a few blue belts, realized that I'm training with some killers, man. And after that tournament, going 10-0, got my blue belt, went to another tournament, went 10-0 again. Really starting to prove, okay, I got something here. I've got a good group of guys. Tim keeps bringing in UFC guys, Bellator guys, black belts. He's always counting on me to be there and to work with these guys. And, most of the time I don't even tell these, I'm not wearing a belt because it's no-gi. And these guys ask me, like, what belt are you? I'm like, yeah, I'm a blue belt. And that's one thing about Tim's gym, is if, the belt that you are, you're a true blue if you're a blue. At other gyms, I'd probably be a purple belt right now. But when you're at Tim's gym, you're a true blue, or you're a true white, you're a true purple, And this year has given me the opportunity, man. COVID has given me the opportunity to find what I'm good at, really discipline myself, and now I'm something to watch out for, because I think last time I was in that cage before COVID, I was at a fucking gym bigger than, like, a little bit bigger than my closet. And just small gym. Not a lot of, no killers, not to hate on it, but no one really credible. And I switched my atmosphere. I switched my training. I'm pushing myself. I'm at practice every day, 6 or 7 days a week, with the gym, with running. And now when people see me, they're not going to recognize me. Not a chance. Now it's going to be the start of something big. And it's starting with Luigi. And after that, whoever's next. And then, I think this year, I was talking to Jason about it, 5 fights this year is what he wants out of me. So I'd say before those 5 fights are done, I'll have a belt too. So it's not, it's something I gotta walk it and talk it. But I know that this is going to be the fight where people are going to be like, oh, what the hell happened to this dude? So it's going to be exciting. It's a prelim fight, but in my mind, it's the main event of the prelims. It's going to be a, a show. I say first round too. I'm not going to need longer than that, because once I get my hands on him, that shit's done. I've seen it. I've seen it every day in practice with the guys that are killers, you know. And sleep on my striking if you want to, but that's why we've been working on it every single day. I mean, we just got through sparring right now, and you know, I was buzzing a few guys, and once I get them to the ground, though, you walked into my world, you know. So I know he considers himself a jiu-jitsu guy, but like I said, there's a difference in belts, you know, in gyms. And I know we're both blue belts, but there's a difference in his blue belt and our blue belts. So we'll see about that.
Well, not lacking confidence at all.
No, not this time, man.
Well, it's what you need, man. When you get into a cage, it's kill or be killed, man. At 100%. And it sounds like you've put in the work since your last loss, and which was your last fight before COVID hit. And it sounds like you're on a different fucking world. You're on another planet. You've left the old Zach behind. This is good shit right here.
Still sleeping in the cage, you know. I got woken up from that. My first fight, dude, domination. Dude didn't belong in there with me. He was like 35 years old. I'm 19 years old. Killed him. Didn't even get punched. Then I go and fight a guy who's 5-0 from the lab. Still went in there with, you know, instinct and athletic, and did some good things. But was, you know, he had more technique than I did. I went for a takedown, got clipped with a knee, fell asleep. That's probably the best thing that could have happened to me, because now I know the worst thing that can happen, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You know, every punch that landed before that, oh man, it was like, it didn't happen, you know. That adrenaline kicks in, and it's like a superpower. And now that is, it's like when you're doing a backflip. For everybody who does you know, it's like, it's not that you can't do it, it's you're afraid to go back, right? So same thing being in that cage is, until you get past that fear, you're like stuck in that oh, I can't do it thing. Well, now it's already happened. I've been hit, I've been kicked, I've been taken down. I've been in so many competition settings, and you know, with wrestling for 9 years too. I've been there. And like I said, my brain is just seeing this stuff differently now. It's not like I'm going in there and surviving. I'm going in there with technique. I'm waiting for him to do the things that I've been seeing every single day. You know, you mess up and throw that kick too early, you better watch out for my left. And that's the other thing too, is that I know this is an orthodox versus the southpaw fight. I'm a mean southpaw. I didn't have that before, but I have that now. So, you know, we've been pushing that. Watch for that left, man. I'm telling you, first round, if he fucks up, that left hand's going to sleep him.
Well, I like the way that you put that, the backflip analogy. I thought that was fucking spot on. That is definitely spot on, and explains why I still can't do a backflip. Because I'm fucking chicken shit. I'm scared of going backwards, right? So you've cleared these mental hurdles that were keeping you from progressing to that next level. I don't see that shit now. I don't see that shit now. Like I said, you're on a different planet from the old Zach. It's like you left him you left him on Earth and progressed to the next planet. So I'm excited to hear you know, the progression that you've been making, and I get to witness it firsthand, which I'm also equally as stoked about. You know what I mean? I get to see, like, and that's the thing that I was talking to the last guy that I interviewed about these cards, is Jason is stacking these things with just so much fucking talent. It's unreal. And these guys, you know, they may be, you know, 1-2 or 2-1 or 3-0. Like, you know, the records aren't sexy, but the talent of these guys, he's always putting cards together that are just possess, you know, the best talent that he can get his hands on, which I believe is the best talent in Arizona right now on this level.
I'm going to say something that I noticed looking at this card. The 145 showdowns that are going on are no joke. They're no joke. That's the future. The 4 fights that I've seen, some of the big names I saw: Jose Delgado, Ridge Harmon, Zach Stewart, Esteban Ulibarri. Those 4 guys right there. First of all, that's your 4 winners right there. I'm calling that. And those 4 guys are going to be battling for that belt. So I guarantee you, once this fight's over, one of those fuckers who wins are with me next. and I'll take all of them. Ridge is the one who knocked me out last time. I would beat the shit out of the Zach that was in that cage with him last time. So I'm begging for that chance again. Get my turn. You know, these things are gonna fall into play. I've seen it. I've seen every scenario of this fight 100 times, and you know, I never gonna disrespect my opponent because you know what, it takes some balls to get in that cage, but it's not. The timing wasn't well for him. If Luigi was gonna fight me, he should have fought me a year ago. Now he's on the short end of the stick. He's getting the wrong Zach. So you know, I know you gotta be pretty neutral here, but I've seen it in my head too many times. And I didn't have that mindset when I fought Ridge. I knew that, you know, I used to sit there and throw some scenarios in my head like this guy's a good striker and oh man, no, that's shit. But fuck that. Fuck that. You know, you want to stand up, we'll stand up. You want to take me down, good luck. If you let me get a hold of you, you better fucking get ready to fly. Because that's what I do. I pick dudes up. I've done it both of my fights. Guaranteed that dude's going to be over my body level, and then he's hitting the ground. You know, me and my teammates have been talking about it. These guys that I'm sparring with, 180, 190, 175, 6'2", 6'1". Basically, the idea of Luigi, but 30 pounds heavier, and I'm still picking these guys up, no problem. And they're looking at me and telling me this shit. Dude, this guy's going to be 30 pounds lighter than me, you know, and you're picking me up like that? I'm like, I know. We don't even got to talk about it. We know. My team, I got a big group of guys behind me watching this fight. A lot of guys that know what's going to happen. I really would be surprised to see it go to the second round because I'm coming out with a pace. So when that fight starts, give yourself about 5 seconds and then it's go time. There's no fucking around with this one. I'm not dancing in there. I'm not there to do that. I'm there to get in there, hit you, grab you, finish the fight, get ready for the next one.
Damn. I'm loving all of this right now. I am loving all. And you see, you said that I have to stay neutral, but you see, the reality is this is my show, and I don't want any of my fighters to have that mentality of, you know, should I win this fight? It's when I win this fight. You know what I mean? That's the mentality that I want on this show, and you are just fucking oozing with that. You know what I mean? It's fucking. Look at that shit. See that?
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
see that? You know what I mean? So I am fucking stoked. You know what I mean? And the 4 guys that you mentioned, right? Dude, you want to talk about a title picture. Like, that is some fucking sick shit right there. And you and Harmon got a little bit of history. You guys have already battled it out. But the progress that both of you guys have made, dude, you want to talk about a fight that I want to see. I want to see that fight.
I think everybody who knows MMA, who knows what happened the last time me and him fought, they've seen the gym that I've gone to, everything. The people who really pick the details of this know that that's a fight where everyone's going to be fucking, oh shit, you know? Because it's not Zach. It's not the same Zach. And the last Zach didn't do too bad, you know? I hung in there with a guy that was like, oh, Ridge Harmon. I hung in there with basically no knowledge of what I was doing. I was in there surviving and I was in there athletic. Now I've got this, you know, now I'm looking for things. I'm looking for his movements. I'm moving myself. I'm fighting my fight. It's not your fight no more. This is my fight. You know, I'm going to do what I got to do to get you to the ground. And when I get you to the ground, it's over. You know, and everybody wants to say that I'm a submission guy. You know, I rep it all day, dude. I'm 20-0 in jiu-jitsu right now as a blue belt. So yeah, I deserve to have a little bit of cockiness with it. I took a fucking purple belt and beat him 12-0. I was fucking playing with him. You know, it processes differently here. You know, that's how jiu-jitsu is for me. But I challenged myself with this fight. So everybody knows I challenged myself with this fight. Everybody wants to say that I'm a sub guy, that I'm going to sub him, and that's how I'm going to win. No, I'm TKOing and I'm knocking this fucker out to make them respect my hands too. I'm not just a jiu-jitsu guy. And I guarantee you the sub will be there, and I'm going to force myself to hit him in his face, to get that TKO, to get the knockout, and show that I'm not just someone to watch out for on the ground. You know, on the feet, on the ground, against the cage, wherever you want me, I'm going and I'm ready. So that's how it's going to be. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a really good fight.
Man, like I said, you are just fucking primed and ready to go.
It's fight week, baby. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
and you said you just got done with sparring. They're not a mark on your face.
Oh, we were going, man. We were
That's
going.
what I'm saying.
That's cause it's on the ground. Before it's I'm in control. I'm in control before these guys hit me a little bit today. I got hit with some leg kicks while I'm in the distance. Few guys, came in and threw some combos, but it takes maybe 10, 15 seconds before I'm on the ground. Each sparring match. And I do that because of the scenarios that I'm putting in my head. Okay, so I'm still gonna strike, boom, boom, boom. But when you put your hands up and you leave your legs there for me, once I get you, that's the mistake, you know? So, and a guy like Luigi, 6'1", 145 pounds, you
He's a
know,
big cat.
but he's also, the muscle is not there. I've seen it. I've respected these guys. I know that Ridge is a big 45. Luigi made a mistake telling me 145 because he's fucking sucking himself down. He's going to be weak. It's not going to, there's no strength and conditioning there. I've seen it. I know these guys, these dudes that are strong. I get a hold of them and I still pick them up. When you're built like that, he's kind of built like Chase Hooper, when you're built like that and you're skinny like that, if I get a hold of you, that's, and I'm not going to say that he might not have something hidden, he probably, if he's training the right way, he's training off of his back right now. His coach is telling him, this guy's going to take you down. So you need to have your jiu-jitsu ready from right there. But buddy, I've been there. I've been in the guard. I've been inside control. I've been on my back. I've been, it doesn't matter where we're going. Once the fight starts, it's like a motor. It's just, I've seen it all. We've been repping so much stuff, man. And the knowledge that I'm getting from Tim and Sugar, I mean, that alone tells me where I'm at. The rounds that I had with Sugar the other day, you kidding me? I mean, we were everywhere. We were everywhere. We were on our feet, full jiu-jitsu. And I was still doing the same thing. I was getting him on the ground and seeing him from his back. But no sub, no, I wasn't getting tapped. I was in there. I was hanging out. I was, making the right moves. And it's just funny, because me and Sugar stood up and I got that respect that I was looking for. And he told me the same thing. He said, Luigi's got no chance. It's just it's a different level of training. It's, if you got to put yourself in that position. And one of the mistakes that I'm seeing from him is the same mistake that I made when I fought Ridge. I was at a gym where there wasn't enough talent. There wasn't enough push to really go to your full potential. I've seen his gym. I've seen his posts. I've seen the people that he's sparring with when he's saying war ready. What war are you in there? You got to know what a war is. You got to you can't be in there with 50, 60-year-old dudes with gloves on and say that you're ready for a war, or a bunch of white belts. You have to put yourself in that position, guys that are truly, gonna put it on you if you don't make the right decisions. And that's what Tim has forced me to do, and I think these guys, my teammates tell me this, it's not a cocky thing. They say, you're the best competitor on our team. That's what they tell me. That's the respect that they have for me. And I've seen that in myself, because when we're doing our rounds, it's not like, all right, guys, pick who you want. No. He's like, all right, Zach, you're going with this guy. Everybody else, pick a partner, Like, Tim makes sure that every round I'm going against the next best guy in the room. I'm pushing myself. Sometimes I'm the only one on the mat. Sometimes everybody else is getting water and I'm still going on another round, because we know the type of mindset that I have to have. I've seen the competition, out of 20 jiu-jitsu matches, gi and no gi, I've seen some beasts. I've gone against a bunch of 4-stripe blue belts, purple belts, some just muscly dudes, some short, stocky little tree trunk motherfuckers. I've seen it all. And, when it's time to compete, that switch, it's there. Outside of this, dude, me and you were hanging out on a fucking Tuesday. I'm a cool fucking guy. I am down to earth. I work hard. I got a daughter. I love my life. I'll bust a bunch of jokes, but when it's time to fight, when it's time to practice, when it's time to go, I'm never in there with an easy match. I'm never in there like, hey, let's take it easy. Everybody knows that when we're going hard. And that mindset is what's got me to where I'm at right now. That mindset is why I'm talking the way I'm talking. And, that song, Walk It Like I Talk It. Well, right now I'm talking, but when Saturday night comes, everything I'm saying is going to make sense. You're going to be sitting there watching that fight, and you're going to remember this interview, and you're going to be like, yeah, he meant it. He did it. That's where I'm at with this, man. I cannot see myself losing this fight. And the reason why is because of how much more I want it than he wants it. There's no way. He turned 29 years old 2 weeks ago, right? I'm 21 years old. I'm dying for this. I'm working 40 hours a week. As soon as I get off of work, I'm going to practice for 2 hours a day. Once I'm done with practice, I'm going to the gym. I'm running my 4 miles. I'm eating healthy every day. I'm doing everything I need to do to make this happen. And I know that even though this is just an amateur fight, people want to tell me that it's just an amateur fight, just get experience. No, it's not. It's this fight leads to the next fight, leads to the next fight, leads to the belt, leads to pro, leads to the UFC. All of those things fall in line, so it's not just an amateur fight. And I don't think me and him are seeing this the same way. He might be seeing this as, oh, I got to go prove myself. I got to prove that I can do this, Like, and the thing he doesn't know is that every person that's fought Luigi, I'm like this with him. I know him. I spar him. I've been there. Javante, Aiden, P. Diddy. I know all those guys. Me and Aiden sparred for the 3 months that I was at Fight Ready. Hard, I've talked to him. We've talked about it. We know a lot of these guys know where this is going, And again, I think this is a good fight for me to prove myself, to show some shit. Because certain fights, you got to do exactly what you're good at to go out there and win. If I were to fight Ridge again, I'd have to go out there and I'd have to put him on the ground, because I know the striker that he is. This is a fight where I prove myself. I get some respect. I make sure these guys know that I got some hands too. This ain't just some jiu-jitsu guy, Definitely that I can take a hit. I've already felt it, seen it. I'm durable, I've been hit with shit where I'm like, man, that was good. Like, my reaction was good, to keep moving. Like, okay. And when you're in the cage, it's way different. When that cage closes, the lights are on. I remember the feeling, and you're just looking at the guy. I've sat there in my head in the mirror a million times, like, fighter ready, go. And that moment that's when it's time to turn it on. So, yeah, man. If I was Luigi, if I was watching this, I'd be like, fuck, this dude has not stopped thinking about this shit for weeks. Since I signed that contract every single day. And now that it's fight week, it's getting intense. It's getting very intense.
Well, one thing I wanted to hit a few ideas back from you is it's gotta suck to be that guy, right? That's kind of wanting to take it easy in the gym, and then they pair you with Zach. You got to be like, fuck. You know what I mean? It just sounds like for anybody that gets matched up with you in the gym, like, they have to be ready to fucking go, because if they're thinking that, maybe today I'll take a little bit easy, they're fucked.
Yeah, because I have guys in the gym that will say the energy that I bring when I walk in there. This guy Kyle, he told me this like 2 days ago. He's like, dude, you got some fucking energy coming off of you. And it's because I'm in there to go. So actually, maybe in the beginning that happened with my teammates, because my team, we're fucking tight, man. I'm about to go watch the fights with my team right now. Everybody together. And we're all going to be talking about how next weekend the TV is going to be on, but it's going to be fucking me on that TV, So, and that's just going to put me more in that mood. But yeah, these guys know now. So when you go with me, it's time to turn it up. It's time to fucking bring out your best. I've got guys that get mad and purpose, I've seen it. My buddy Eric, I hope Eric watches this because he knows what I'm talking about. Eric gets mad because I put it on him purposely, like, I'll sit there and just stay right in mount, won't move, won't let until he finds a way out. And when he gets out, then I push him and I go back and I go back. And it's because I want him to get better, because if he gets better, he's going to make me better, And I can't wait to go see these guys compete, because that's what I'm doing to these guys is, so coach, Tim has me going with all these badass dudes, and he's turning me into this animal that, I'm becoming. I'm turning around and I'm giving that back to my teammates. These guys that I see a lot of potential in, Eric, Joe Murphy. I mean, the list could just go on. I've seen, since I've been there, just a lot of things too. These guys are, especially like they're talking about the competition. I remember the day that I went 10-0 at this jiu-jitsu tournament. They put me in 2 different weight classes. So the mats were like, it was basically, I had no gi on mat 1 and gi on mat 2 at the same time. So I would finish my no gi match, choke the dude out, get off, throw my fucking gi on, run to the next match. And I did that for 2.5 hours until I ended up taking gold in both. And by the end, dude, I had my whole team standing up like, what the fuck? Like, because the energy, the cardio, everything about it, they're like, Jesus, like, and that's why I'm talking about, like, 3-minute rounds. That shit goes by so fast, now that these are 5-minute rounds in jiu-jitsu. And these are guys, and of course I understand there's a difference. You're not getting punched in the face, you're not getting kicked, but all that does is, especially with some of the stuff I've been seeing with Mr. Luigi, all that does is open up mistakes, those punches and kicks, because when you're not really throwing those, like, if that's not your thing, because that's the thing about this matchup. Thank you, Jason. That's the thing about this matchup is he put a guy who says he's a jiu-jitsu guy against a jiu-jitsu guy. And so everybody's like, whoa, this fight's going to go to the ground, or, I would be blessed to have this guy shoot on me, and try and take me down. Because we've been working that all day. I don't see it happening. I think that this guy's actually probably scared. He's not going to say he's scared, but I've met him before. I've talked to him before. I've seen the guys he's gone against, the styles of the guys that he's gone against. And if I was him, I'd be respecting me. So he's probably going to keep his distance because he's taller than me. He's probably going to want to see, like, what he's got to do. He might try and strike. I don't really see a bunch of striking out of him. I never have. But I'm probably going to force that on him, because I'm going out there and I'm, I don't care if he hears my game plan, because you can hear it, but it doesn't mean you can stop it. I'm coming there and I'm striking, and the moment he makes the mistake of covering up or turning away, if I can get to that takedown, of course I'm going to go for it. But my coaches, my team has done a really good job at prepping me for this. Any position, I had a dude today, man, I fired my 2 down, boom, hit him right in his nose. And he just started throwing kicks at me like crazy, like head kick after leg kick after teep. And I told him right after, I'm like, man, I'm fucking glad you did that, because that put me in the position of responding to those kicks. And, a couple times he threw him and I fucking leveled him up and boom, took him down again. So it's like, I've just seen it all. I've now seen it all. So now the hard work's done. That's what I told everybody. The only thing left to do is to get my mind right, is to get my weight down and go do this thing. All the hard work's been done. It's been done. It's been happening for a year, I'm excited, man. I'm going to bring a lot of energy to this card. There's a lot of people watch. There's a lot of people watching for me. I would easily say there's 50 to 60 people that are going to be watching this fight under my name. And that's all across the United States, because I'm very good about promoting myself, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm always big on hyping it up and getting people into it, because personality matters. That's how you get in there. That's how you make it. Seen it. I've talked to Sugar. Sugar is not even a champ, and he's got, twice the followers as champs and stuff. He's like, it's all about the energy that you bring. And I'm actually a very respectful dude. I am. I'm huge on respect, especially male. When it comes to males, I'm very respectful. But if you disrespect me, not good. But you know what? This is part of the fight game. This is literally my job. My job is to be confident. My job is to talk a little shit to get in his head. You know, when we're at the weigh-ins, if they let me get right up in his face, I'm gonna get right up in his face. I don't care. That's, you know what? Because this isn't a little, you know, I've seen the fights, especially lately in the UFC, where the guys are kind of like shake hands, give a little hug, and walk away. You know, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to fight, and I'm here to be. This fight is gonna be vicious. You know, that's it. So when you hear my song, when you hear Zach the Hammer, you know, once that goes off, it's like, oh fuck, this one's worth watching. You know, and it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be big energy. It's gonna be, you know, probably quick. I kind of want it to last a little while. I want to test myself. I've been working so hard, you know. But if I sleep him on my first punch, it could happen. You know, he better not come out with that kick that he always comes out with, because I've been training for that. I've been watching him. If he comes out with that, he's getting fucking shotgunned by the Hammer. You know, that's why I got this right. That's why I got this right here.
Oh, that's sick.
That's right there on my left, coming for you. So, but yeah, it's so good to talk about this type of conversation I've been having with myself every day. You know, so. Oh man, and it's been nice. I've got a lot of guys that are on this card. We've become friends to this point. I know Matt was talking a little bit about me. Me and him were, you know, when you interviewed him, we're good buddies. We're gonna start training together after this fight, and you know, probably go have a beer after I fucking sleep this dude. But you know, just really good things right now. Really good things in MMA. I'm super happy that, you know, I've gotten Jason's respect to put me on this card, to see the potential that I have. I really do feel like I'm a young cat out of some of these guys that are on this card. You know, 21. I'm 21 for like another 9 months, so I'm not really an old dude. Very healthy, very fit, very fast. You know, no injuries, nothing going on. Very blessed. And just a long career ahead. You know, my name is going to be out there. The Hammer was catchy. I think that, you know, I got my fight shorts are fucking sweet, dude. They've got these giant hammers on there. You know, it's going to be sick.
Yeah.
Everything's lined up really well. I think after this fight, I'm going to get a little bit more respect on my name. So I'll probably be later in the card. You know, I know that I'm actually one of the first couple fights, which I'll do, you know, I'll do my time. I'll respect it. If anything, I'm starting this card off with a bang. You know, that's what's gonna get people to sit down, is when they see that shit early. So, but yeah, definitely some killers in the 45 division. I'm gonna respect that, you know. But I'm a part of that list. I'm a part of that fucking list.
All right. So, not to change subjects, but I got to get a question in here. All right. I got to talk about food. Okay. It's kind of my thing. It's kind of my thing. So after you win on Saturday, now you can break it down any which way you'd like. If you'd like to start with dessert first, that's fine. If you want to go with the main course, that's cool too. I am a equal opportunity foodist. Okay. So break down your victory meal for me. What are we having after your hand gets raised on Saturday?
So I think I'm definitely feeling some steak. I've been, you know, I haven't had any beef. I've been eating different variations of tuna like every day. So, and it's not my favorite, but you know, I want some beef. Sweet potato. I want some sweet potato. Haven't had that in a long time. Definitely a big blue moon. You know, nice big blue moon with the orange in there.
There you go.
Let's see, some asparagus. That'd be nice. I like corn.
Asparagus?
Oh, I love it. I haven't been. I've been eating the same thing pretty much every day.
Holy shit! What's on your menu then?
So I do different variations of what I'm eating. Like I add different stuff to it, but some of the base things that are in each one of my meals is tuna. Oh, 1 second. There we go. Tuna, eggs, spinach, avocado. Avocado is literally 3 times a day for me. I love it. tomatoes, onions, a little bit of Frank's Red Hot at dinner time, just to spice it up a little bit.
Yes.
But I've been basically for right now keeping carbs out, for the most part, which is fine. My energy is great. I literally this morning I did 5 miles on the treadmill, and then I did 15 minutes on the speed bike, and then I immediately went to sparring. I did eight 3-minute rounds and then 2 cool down rounds, so 10 total rounds today, and I could go run again right now. My cardio feels great. I don't feel sucked out. I don't feel dry. I'm only 8 pounds over right now, so I left practice at 153. Come on, man. My phone's buzzing.
That's all right. That's all right. So the weight cuts doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue. That's good.
No. Yeah, I've been cutting weight since 5th grade for wrestling. So I've figured this stuff out, how to do it, Today is Saturday. So tonight I'm going to eat, a pretty good meal. Tomorrow will probably, be my tuna, my stuff. And then next week is going to be all flow. So no more hard sparring, no more hard rolls. That part's been done. So it's just going to be flowing, keeping myself moving, lots and lots of yoga, stretching my body out, really making sure everything feels 100%. Basically finishing each day with a cut. So going, doing my running, doing my sauna, everything I need to do. But, I feel completely energetic. Everything feels good. I don't feel sucked out. I don't feel dry. I've done everything to where 145 is no big deal. And I was probably 172 like 2 months ago.
No shit.
So I competed in a jiu-jitsu tournament at 180. So I had to bump myself up.
Yeah.
And that's the one that I won, by the way. So I was 8 pounds less than those guys. But yeah, I was lifting heavy, man. I was, for a while there, I got my deadlift up to like 485, and I was pushing big weights. So now it's different. It's funny because all the guys at the gym that were, smaller than me, they're all bigger than me now. And they're like, "Oh, what's up, Zach?" You're like, "Oh, dude." But I don't feel small. I feel fast. I still feel strong, explosive. I love being at this weight, actually. It definitely feels like competition weight. I've considered if I had the ability to be a 35 pounder, which would be pretty crazy at 5'11". I'm not super, super tall, but I am pretty lengthy. And actually for my height, going into this fight, I do have a lot of muscle tone. So, it's, but I think 45 is good for me. And I think that realistically, the best competition right now is right in that 45 division, man. I mean, you can't, like, every fight, dude, these 45-pound fights, I cannot wait to see.
It's going to be a bunch of bangers.
For sure. I'm excited to see Ridge go out there. The guy who just beat Ridge, Javante, he's on the pro card. Me and him have had a few exchanges, with some words. A lot of respect between us, but I think that, that's a title fight right there down the road, me and that guy.
I don't know if I think he may or may not have fallen off the card.
Is it like McCowan?
Yeah, McCowan. Yeah, I think he may have fallen off the card. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to either, go back and ask Jason or rewatch the interview I did with him, but I think he might have gotten injured and had to pull out. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me, but I like that fight too. You know what I mean? It seems like if we had like including the pros and amis within the RUF organization, if you threw together a fucking 16-man tournament, tell me that wouldn't be fucking absolutely insane.
It would be a big fucking deal because there's so many different types of talent, and I've seen it, man. I respect it. You got Aiden Ingram, you got Esteban Ulibarri, you got Ridge Harmon, you got Jose Delgado. That dude's no joke from the lab. Greg Foster. You know, there's just so many 45-pound guys that would each fight. You're like, what the fuck is gonna happen? Like, you know, and I would love to be in that mix, and I think that I would, you know, I'm gonna prove Saturday why if they decide to do that, I definitely need to be in that mix, and it'd be fun to see who comes out of that. You know, it'd be really fun. And I think that that's something that probably will end up happening because more people are going to see, you know, the potential in that division. And having a belt in that division is going to be some respect because, you know, there's been some killers that have come out of that. I'm trying to think. The dude who just went to, he's the last guy who fought Esteban Uibari. He just went to one, I believe. He's either in one or what was his name, man? Those little Filipino dudes. Christian.
Yeah, Christian Natividad.
Oh man, dude, that just shows you, you know, that goes back to the respect that I have for Esteban. You know, he fought the dude now out there killing that division, and that was a good little scrap. So there's a lot of stuff going on, man. There's big things going on. I think that RUF is going to become very, very big for Arizona. Probably the biggest. Probably already is the biggest.
I think so. And I think that they're setting the tone for other organizations. They're setting the protocols for like they're so far ahead of all the other organizations here in our state that, you know, we are the premier organization in Arizona. And that's not, you know, trying to talk shit or downplay what WFF and some of the other ones are doing. But right now we're leading the charge. We're the first ones that are coming back. They literally wrote the COVID protocols. You know what I mean? So they have done more. You know what I mean? They've just been more proactive within the whole thing. So getting to be a part of this fucking insanely stacked card where, you know, guys like you are fighting early. I mean, that is such a fucking treat for people who are going to be purchasing this thing, purchasing the pay-per-view. I mean, the whole thing is just top notch, incredible stuff. And I can't fucking wait.
I agree, man. I think that this card is stacked. Being someone who knows these fighters personally, as you do as well, we know that this fucking card is stacked with some talent, stacked with people that are really going to show up. And that's something that I told myself too, you know. It's not something that they know yet, but they'll know the next time around, you know. To put me in this card that early, that's a great start. Way to kick off with some fucking energy. But I'm going to get my respect, and I'm going to be deeper in that card for a reason, because there's going to be people that are like, okay, we all got to see this fucking kid fight again, you know.
100%.
And I'll be active, you know. Coach told me, you go out there and put him out. You want to go on the next card right after this? Let's do it, you know. And
Well, that's what it's about.
that would be the game plan too, you know. I see it being first round. So, you know, enjoy your 3 minutes of fun. That's what it'll be. Within 3 minutes, you know. But I'm gonna go out there with some energy. My mind's already ready, so I can't even imagine how I'm gonna feel Thursday, Friday at the weigh-ins. Are you gonna be there Friday?
I'm hoping to. I am hoping to.
It'd be cool to shake your hand and shit. See the energy, you know. I think that's a face-off worth seeing, because I'm gonna be able to read exactly how he's feeling when I see him. I'll know how he's feeling. I'll know, you know, what's going through his head, if he's weak, if he's strong, if he's ready, if he's not. I've seen that shit. I've been studying that shit, you know, and I'm just excited to bring it, man. I'm excited to put a little bit of respect on my name. You know, I am coming off of a loss. But it wasn't, as I said, when it happened, it wasn't an L for loss. It was an L for learn. And I'm very blessed that it happened so early in my career, because now I know what to do. Now I know how to correct it, you know, and now they created a whole different Zach. I've told myself time and time again, I would beat the fuck out of that guy who was in the cage, you know, within seconds. So it's gonna be cool to see a different Zach. And based off of my record, based off of what happened, I understand being early in the card, but people are gonna see that as one of the first fights and be like, "What the fuck?" You know, I'm gonna set a tone for the rest of the card, so everybody else better bring it. because I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna be a fight that people remember.
Well, my hope is that everybody makes it to the scale healthy and on weight. And I just want the best fights possible because it'll translate to a great night for the organization. It'll translate to a great night for you guys as fighters. And it'll get people, is salivating for the next card. So I just hope that we have the best fights, you and your opponent. I hope you guys both make it to the scale safely and on weight. And
Absolutely.
you guys both come in strong and just put on a hell of a fucking show. You've already taken one of the questions very early on in the interview where you said it was going to be a quick night. So we don't have to walk through your prediction because we already have it. It's going to be a first round finish there. And that's one thing that I wanted to talk to you about real quick before we get to the end of the interview is you talked about, putting in a lot of fights this year, right? And experience is important, especially as an amateur. But the way that you explained it, kind of like, well, you can put in 3 3-minute rounds, two more times this year, or you could put in uh, 3 minute round 5 times, and that translates to roughly about the same amount of cage time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So essentially, going that route, you're building that same amount of experience, just with more opponents and you know less physical time in the cage. So as an amateur, I used to say, just you know take your time, just get the experience. But putting it that way, that might be an equal or better route to just get more fights in rather than getting more time in the cage. I've never thought about it that way, so you kind of just may have changed my mind about that.
The way I see it, man, is that if you don't hold back, if you do what you got to do, like there's absolutely no reason why within 3 minutes of a fight that I can't get my arms around you, that I can't get I can't get your leg. I can't grab you. If I grab you and I take you to the ground, that's over. The fight's over. Okay? When you're on your feet, it's your best chance. That is exactly where my mindset is going into this. And I wish I had my whole fucking team behind me right now because they've seen it and they know. And they've told me the same thing I'm saying. Once that gets you to the ground, like you done fucked up. Like that's, the control, the hips, the pressure from wrestling all these years, man. These guys that think that I'm not used to someone trying to bridge over to get out, I felt that. And that's that feeling, that suffocating feeling of like, fuck, I can't move, you know? So when you're standing up, yeah, you're right. I haven't grabbed you yet. So you could run around all you want, but there's no reason in my mind why within 3 minutes I cannot get a hold of you, get you on that ground. I could choke you out. I could get the rear naked choke. I could get the triangle. I could do those things. But the way I've been training, basically the code that my coach has put in my head was once you get that guy in a controlled position, you strike, and you put it down and you put it down fast. And especially as an amateur, if you go in there and you get that guy in a position where you've landed about 4 or 5 strikes in a row, that ref is really thinking about pulling you off. That's the game right now. We're amateurs. So you hit a guy 4 or 5 times in the face and he's not guarded, he's not protecting himself, that fight's over. It's just like that. It can be that fast,
I know.
So,
I know. My first fight ended that way. You know what I mean? There was very few strikes thrown, and we were amateurs. They got to err on the side of caution, especially because 90% of amateurs never even make it to pro. So, speaking from experience, yeah, you don't have to throw a huge amount of ground and pound, especially if the guy isn't defending himself, and even if the guy is defending himself, the ref is going to err on the side of caution. So you're definitely right on that aspect.
yep. So it's like go in there, do my thing. I'm very excited to see what he comes out with. I hope he surprises me because I want my instincts. I want what's been going through my head each day to like kick in. I want to see him come out and do something that's going to make me respect him. That's fine. That's something that I need. I'm not saying that I'm going to go out there and not get hit. I might get hit, but that's okay because I'm training for all of that. I'm training to get hit and react and, to have a counter or, when to do the takedown or him to take me down. like completely shocked me. Like, oh fuck, this fucker took me down. All those things are okay because I've been training for all those scenarios. So I'm just, I don't say like, oh, I'm fucking gonna knock him out in fucking 10 seconds. No, I don't know that. I don't know. But if he makes the mistakes that I've seen him make before, if he didn't correct those things this year, if he goes out there and does what I've seen him do time and time again, then he lost that chess match because I've been studying that. I've been seeing that big kick that he comes out with, very sloppy, just to create some distance. Well, the moment I see that leg come up, no, it's just. So I'm waiting for those things. It's very different because my last fight with Ridge, I was literally fighting for my life. I was not in there with one bit of technique. I wasn't looking for him to like throw a 2 and then I'm coming over that. No, I was in there just like, oh God, this guy's trying to fucking kill me. Like, do what you gotta do. Like that, it felt like a street fight, man. It was like, all right, like fucking this dude's gonna, take me out if I don't go out there and swing. And that's why I was throwing these huge punches with everything I had, like, because you're fighting for your life. That's how it feels. It really feels like that. And that is what drives me to love MMA, is to like be in that position where like in my mind, I'm like, I'm pretty safe, like everyone in this cage has the best interest for me to not die in here. But this dude standing right in front of me wants to fucking take my head off. So, when I fought Ridge, it was all like fight or flight. That's all it was. And that's where a lot of mistakes come in. That's, if I go back and watch that fight right now, if you go look that up on YouTube and you watch that fight right now, you will see that within me, that I am fighting for my life because I'm like, my eyes are huge, man. I'm like looking at everything that's coming at me. I'm like, and I'm loving it though. I swear I was loving it. I was like, this shit's crazy. Like, but so much has changed since then. It turned into like a book that I'm actually reading. Like, okay, now it's different. Now it's like, you throw your jab. Okay, I'm reacting to that. And I understand like fakes now, something that I didn't do before, like feint, like fake a punch to land a punch. When that leg comes up, like just so many scenarios that I never thought of before. This is my debut. Let's just call it that. Let's call it that. This is the debut of the Hammer. That was a guy before who was learning about himself, but this is my true debut of what's to come.
Well, you could go the route of like a rebirth, a resurrection. What other synonyms do you have for that? You know what I mean? Kind of something like that, where this is 2.0. This is the new version. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Very different, Zach. Very, very different.
Well, I'm hearing it here. This is a different fucking Zach. This is different. You know what I mean? So to hear you oozing with confidence and with the fight only being a week away, I mean, shit, you just got, like, I was already up to fucking here, ready for these fucking fights, but, like, you can't even see my hand now. I am so fucking jacked right now. You know what I mean? I'm very, very, very stoked for this card, even more so for this fight in particular, a little bit more. You know what I mean? So fucking keep that energy, man. Keep that energy. Make it to the scale. Before I let you go, do you have any training partners, sponsors, coaches, anybody you'd like to thank that's gotten you to this point in your career? Go ahead and take the floor, man.
Yeah, man. One of the big ones, I want to shout out my boss, Jim with Surface Savers. That's where I'm working 40 hours a week. These guys have, paid for a lot of the things for me. This is my job. The fact that they're letting me fight and no matter what happens, completely supporting me. We've been talking about this since the day I started there about this fight. So they're all in. My teammates, everybody who's pushing me, man, just, you're believing in me for the right reason. Okay. That's, I'm in there and I hope that, all the people that inspire me, I hope that this fight is going to inspire them to get in the cage. I hope that this is the start of something big at Tim Welch, BJJ, and MMA. Thank you to Tim, fucking never giving up on me, just continuing to push me to be the best version of myself. For Sean, for all the guys that come in and work with me. Just everybody, man. Jason, everybody that, everybody who's joining the hype train of this young guy. This name is going to stick around. I believe that there really is something special here. I am going to be in the UFC. I am going to be a huge person that came out of Arizona. So I'm going to look back on this one day and I'm going to be like, fuck yeah, dude. Because, I've been through some shit, man. Everybody has. But there's a lot of things that I had to do to get here. And that's why I'm dangerous, is because there's nothing that's going to stop me from doing this. There's way too much willpower within me. There's way too much, desire to do this, to be great. I know my daughter's going to be watching, so I'm going to go out there and, do this for her too. For Kyle, that's just so, and, if they do hand me a mic, I don't know if that's going to happen or not in the cage. But this fight's for Kyle. He's going through terminal cancer right now, one of my teammates. Probably one of the most motivating individuals I have ever met in my life. So I have completely dedicated this fight to him. He's a great dude. He's been pushing me through this. Me and him go do the weight cut together. Next week, I will be cutting my weight with Kyle while he has terminal cancer every day, motivating me, getting my mind right. So if they hand me that mic after that fight, I'm fucking screaming that shit to the roof that this shit was for him. So that's all I got to say, man. Fucking Hammer's going to bring it. I'm ready to show you guys what I got. It's something that's going to really stick with people because there's some big energy coming from me. I see myself as the most exciting person on that card. I'm going out there. I've seen this shit in my head a million times. I will execute. I will get it done. And this is just the beginning for Mr. Zach Stewart. So.
All right, man. Well, I am very, very excited to see you perform. Just a week away. So when you go to buy the pay-per-view, right? I think I'll have the link or whatever posted inside each video. But you go to the website, I think it's roughmma.org.net, something like that, and you go to order the pay-per-view. As a matter of fact, go to CJ Pittman's Facebook page. He posted how to order the pay-per-view, and you can go in and type Zach Stewart as the fighter that you're looking to see and support Zach, and he'll get a portion of the revenue generated from this stream. So go buy the pay-per-view, type in Zach Stewart, and help this guy make a little bit of coin as he's out there literally putting his life on the line for your entertainment. Very stoked, man. Very stoked. Where's your audio?
What was that?
Oh, okay. Your audio went out for a second.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you, man. Big stuff coming, man. I'm just excited. I think it's this week better come by fast,
It will, man. It will.
Saturday. And he's got to get this thing done, and I'll probably give you a buzz afterwards too so we can talk about it. Like, yeah, I told you, man.
Right, you better. All right, and so that my viewers and listeners can follow you, drop your social media tags.
Yeah, so my Instagram is jujitsu_Zach. Snapchat's Kellis Wrestler. Facebook, Zach Stewart. Remember my name, The Hammer. I'm going to start having some stuff coming out. Stupid fucking phone. But, just join the hype. Join the hype now because it's for the right reason. There's big stuff coming here. All respect. I love this sport. I love everybody in it. I know I sound like a cocky asshole, but I'm a good fucking dude. But I'm going to go out there and I'm going to follow up these words with some action. So get ready for it.
All right, man. Well, I'm very excited. We'll be seeing you in a few days, man.
All right. You too.
All right, buddy. You take it easy, all right?
All right. Goodbye, brother.